I mentioned cell site and how some actually refer to it as a junk science, but then you get some cases where they make it as if it's etched in stone. And I wanted to read a quick little blog from a forensic expert. He's a mobile forensic expert. His name is Andrew Garrett, and I work with Andrew on a few cases. Our firms work with one another, and Andrew's able to assist my firm with several things, and we try to get his expertise on a few matters. And I just want to read this to you because it's pretty enlightening. The title is Determining Location of a Mobile Phone. Is it junk science? I often work on cases involving location-based services and global positioning. I worked a case where the FBI provided coverage maps for cellular coverage that was very misleading and could sway a jury if not fully explained. The FBI expert provided call data records as the basis of a cellular coverage map. Call data records are billing records, but are often used to show the location of a subject's phone based on cellular site where a call was first placed. Creating coverage maps from the longitude, latitude, azimuth, beam, width, and coverage length is a gross misrepresentation of evidence. The only data that can be used to show real coverage is created by an RF engineer for the mobile carrier and is known as a sector map and sometimes NELOS. NELOS, I think I pronounced that incorrectly. NELOS, NELOS record. The problem with the mobile operators providing sector maps is that they show real mobile coverage and often do not match the FCC quarterly filings or the advertised coverage that is shown to consumers. The mobile network and virtual operators rarely provide law enforcement with true coverage maps. Instead, they simply swap the true coverage with the planned or engineered coverage area. This is a huge problem, and law enforcement has been relying on this data and went as far as creating their own classes, schools, and certifications based on this junk science. What is even more disturbing is the photos online of the mobile network operator legal compliance staff carrying guns at work, all wearing khakis and holding law enforcement awards as if they were sworn officers. Just because the engineering team decided to construct a mobile tower and point it in a specific direction does not mean it behaves the way they intended. This is obvious based on the radio frequency propagation map provided to me by US Cellular below. And he has an example of a map on the blog. You can see the light blue shaded area is not a perfect cone or triangle despite the claims made by law enforcement. The courts have had mixed opinions regarding these misrepresentations. I am going to quote from the order in U.S. v. Antonio Evans, 10 CR 747-3. Special Agent Roschke may not testify concerning the theory of granulization, which the count finds to be unreliable. In addition, the estimated coverage areas contained in Summary Exhibit 6 must be removed before the court will admit this exhibit. Evans' motions for disclosure of expert evidence under Rule 16 is denied as moot. Whether it is Google or a mobile network operator, having an expert to guide you through the process to obtain the right data is critical when defending a client. So you're asking if we have tested this theory? Yes. Have we tested this in court? Yes. There are many other factors such as environmental, banding, 3G versus 2G versus 5G, but report same tower ID, trunking, NELOS, and weather that can affect coverage as well. This article was written to spark a conversation and is not a full accounting of the wireless ecosystem. And again, this was written by Andrew Garrett of eDiscovery. It's Garrett Discovery is the name of his company, and I've worked with Andrew, and he's a consummate professional. He's extremely knowledgeable. We have worked together. He knows his stuff, and it's scary. I mean, when you read something like that, and yet when they don't present these things at trial, and the government brings on their expert, and their expert is going on and on how it's so accurate, how there's nowhere else in the world this person could have been. They had to be at the scene of the crime. They had to be there because of these cell sites. Meanwhile, it's a junk science. It's a junk science. That's concerning. That's a problem. And it goes back to the point, what do you have to do to fight that? You have to bring someone in to rebut that. You have to bring in a forensic expert. You got to bring in a mobile forensic expert. You have to show the other side of this because the jury doesn't know. They're going to hear that one side and they're going to say, case closed. This supposed mobile expert saying the defendant was there, he had to commit the crime because that's where it took place. And without the proper defense, that's not going to happen. And unfortunately, somebody completely innocent could be sent to jail based on the mere fact that the defense did not call the right rebuttal witness.